everybody. Hello, hello, hello. So it is Friday afternoon. We're in my kitchen. It's like 4,000 degrees, but guess what? We're not gonna use the oven today. We're gonna make an awesome recipe. This is one of my favorite things to make. It is 2-minute low-carb crackers for you, right? Super easy. It's literally gonna take us 2 minutes to put this recipe together. And so let's do this. 2 ingredients, here they are. We've got some almond flour, just regular almond flour. And my second ingredient is Parmesan cheese. So if you don't have Parmesan or you don't want to use Parmesan, you can use Romano. I've done this with Romano cheese before and it's great. You can use one that's already grated like this, or you can get your own Parm and just, you know, give it a good grate yourself. I imagine you can use other cheeses, but I think the reason this cheese works so well is because it is a low moisture cheese, right? So I think that's why this works so well. So here we go. 2 ingredients. Oh, and well, there is a third ingredient if you want to count it, but all it is a tablespoon of water, okay? So let's get going. I'm going to take my food processor, right? Aren't you guys excited? I gotta show you what these things look like before we make them. This is what my this is what it looks like. These are my crackers. Oh my goodness, 2 minutes. They're crunchy too. Hey Lisa and Lori, Eric's watching the video. You guys can hear me. Can you see behind me what that is behind me? That is a pileated woodpecker that's eating lunch right behind me. That is so cool. Do you see this big boy? Look at this big boy in my kitchen. He comes and he eats. He's like the size of a big chicken. Pretty cool, huh? Anyways, he's gonna eat some crackers with us. He's gonna make crackers with us today, I imagine. I'm so glad he's here. How cool is that? He eats a couple times a day. He comes here and eats. There's 4 of them in the family. Okay, so I'm totally getting off topic because we're supposed to be talking about crackers and I'm talking about pileated woodpeckers. Just want to make sure that you guys, hey Missy, I want to make sure that you guys can see my kitchen. Okay, so back to the food processor. 1/2 cup of almond flour, 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. I'm gonna throw this in the food processor. Yay! Okay, that's it. And with that, I'm gonna put the top on. Now, if you don't have a food processor, use a blender. If you don't have a blender, you can even do this by hand, right? You don't really need to have a food processor for this. I'm gonna use it for just a minute. Hey, Carol, we're making crackers in 2 minutes. Hey, Paula. I'm gonna pulse it just a little bit here. Just a little pulse I'm gonna give it. I'm looking for it to form like little balls, okay? So now I'm going to, my woodpecker flew away. Now I'm going to add a tablespoon of water. Now don't worry about writing down the ingredients or writing down the instructions because I'm gonna post a link to the recipe from my website in just a few minutes. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of water. I'm gonna keep pulsing. I'm gonna wave at you guys while I'm pulsing. A little wave here, a little wave there. Keep going. Okay, there we go. One more pulse. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna show you what my dough looks like. No cooking involved for these crackers, guys. Imagine that. You can whip these up in 2 minutes. And the best part about my crackers, they have 1 gram of net carbs per serving. Total carbs even. That's crazy good. So this is what it looks like. You see the little balls that it formed? Okay, great. Little tiny balls. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a piece of parchment paper because this stuff is super sticky. If you try to do it without parchment paper, ooh, baby, it's gonna get all over the place. I'm gonna literally pour it right here onto my parchment paper. Yes, and they're just, nobody will believe that you guys made these at home. You know what? They taste just like those Cheez-Its. They taste just like flippin' Cheez-Its. How great is that? Laura, Malika, we're making my favorite cracker recipe. It's a 2-minute recipe. You can see my hands there? Yeah. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna form a little ball of cheese and almond flour. I'm just gonna form that, press it together, press it together, press it together, press it together, and I get this little ball. That's what it looks like. And this is 5 servings, right? Now the goal here is to roll this stuff out super, super flat. So I'm gonna give a little press on it. A little bit of tricep exercise, and then I'm going to put another piece of parchment paper on top of it, and I'm going to get my rolling pin. Hey Dottie, Laura, and I'm going to roll it out really thin. I'm not going to cook this This is microwave, by the way. It's not for the oven. You can make them in the oven, but then they're 45-minute crackers, and they're not 2-minute crackers, right? So I'm gonna roll this out super thin. You know what, I'm not really into baking, but this isn't baking, this is just using a rolling pin, right? Okay, so I roll it out nice and thin. If I wasn't doing a video, I would roll it out even thinner than this. Hey Brianna, Annie, Michelle, we're making 2-ingredient crackers. And I like to use a pizza roller, or a pizza knife, or you can just use a regular sharp knife, works perfectly. And I'm just gonna form my crackers inside the dough. So I'm just gonna roll it, make my little crackers like this. I'm not gonna touch them, I'm just gonna roll them out. I'm gonna roll them in the other direction, right? So if I wasn't making a 2-minute video, I would probably do this a lot thinner, right? And it would take longer to roll it out. I'm gonna take my time with it, but I'm rushing through it a little bit. Okay, so next up, what I like to do is take my scissors and I just cut. You don't have to do this step. I just cut it so it's around, so it fits on my plate better. And then, through the magic of preparation, I'm gonna show you what these things look like when you microwave them for literally 2 minutes. Hey Tara, I'm gonna get a plate. Quickly, I'm just gonna slip this onto a plate. So this is what they look like before they go into the microwave. Now at this point, I have a fly here. At this point, you just put them in your microwave. You microwave them for 1 minute, okay? Then you open up the microwave, let it sit for a minute, put them back in or put it back on for 1 more minute. That's 2-minute crackers. Now, through the magic of preparing for my video, I'm gonna show you what these things look like when they cool off. So this is a plate that I took out of the microwave a little while ago. This is what it looks like, one big cracker, right? This is what it looks like. Look, a big cracker. Now I've already cut the lines in them, so thanks for all the hearts. Hey, Victor. So I'm just gonna separate them, right? I'm gonna take these crackers, I think you guys can see here a little bit. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. And I'm just gonna crack them apart. You see? Can you hear it? Yeah, crack them apart. And there's one more step that if you wanted to, hey Casey, if you wanted to add a little bit more flavor to it, but let me tell you, they're very flavorful, super flavorful. If you wanted to flavor them a little bit, what I do is this. Just gonna crush them all apart. They're all apart there. Okay, so I would take a little bit of vegetable oil spray, right? Give them a little spray, and then you can hit them with everything but the bagel seasoning. Now this isn't anything but the bagel, but it's one that I really like. It's a really complete seasoning, and it's like a little bit of garlic and onion powder, and it smells delicious. And I just sprinkle that on the crackers, and it makes them look a little bit more pretty also, right? And so, voila, boys and girls, 2-minute low-carb keto crackers. Okay, but it gets even better. Oh, look, I put together a pretty plate here so you can see what they look like. Voila, isn't that pretty? My little plate? Okay, now, I broke down the macronutrients from this recipe, okay? And I got one of the old, hey Zinnia, hey guys. Okay, and I got a crappy box of regular refined processed crackers. Just the ugly, they're just thin vegetable oven baked crackers. Here they are. That's their crackers. And these are our crackers. Their crackers, our crackers. Okay, our crackers taste way better, but our crackers also have only 2 ingredients. Their crackers have a long list of ingredients, blah, 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 that goes all the way down. Terrible, 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 baddie stuff. But let's do the macronutrient breakdown. So this box here, 14 crackers is a serving. If you do these nice and thin, 14 of these or 12 of these will be a serving, okay? If you really, really roll them out really well. Here we got 100 calories for 1 serving of crackers. We have 14 grams of carbohydrates with no fiber, so it's 14 grams of carbohydrate in this. We have 2 grams of sugar and 2 grams of protein. That's what's in the box. Now, let's look at our beautiful crackers. Here we go. 1 serving there's 5 servings in here, right? 1 serving has 108 calories. So it's the same amount of calories in that box as is in our crackers. Michelle and Vanessa and Missy. Hey guys, okay. We have in our crackers 9 grams of fat. We have 1 gram of carbs, bonus. We have 0 grams of sugar, and we have 6 grams of protein. So you can actually get 6 grams of protein from eating Sheri's low carb crackers. You call them a keto cracker if you want, because they're really high in fat and high in protein and like almost no carbs. What do you guys think? Hey Stacy. Perfect. So that's all I wanted to tell you today. I'm going to post this recipe online. I have it already set up on the website, so I'll just post the link here. And I want to see you guys make some crackers this weekend, and I want to see you guys share them with me to our private Facebook group. Okay, so I'm looking 2 minutes. You don't have to put it on the oven or the stove. It's a fast recipe, and you can serve it in a nice little charcuterie plate, or you can serve it with hummus, right? Listen to this crunch. Yum! You're welcome, Annie Michelle. Tiffany, hey, Lori. Yes, I can't wait to see your picture. I can't wait to see you guys post these crackers. Debbie, guys, I'm gonna sign off. It's Friday. Have a super nice weekend, and I'll see you next week with another recipe. Bye, guys.